guys, it's Talisha and today I have a vlog for you. So today's vlog is not a show vlog, however it is a pretty big vlog for Bambi and I. So don't mind me, I'm just grabbing a few last minute things from my track shed. We are going to Camden for the weekend. I mean, it's only an hour from our place, so we're not staying there and coming back and forth, but we are going there for a weekend which is called Pony Club Australia Nationals Training Squad Weekend. So essentially, if you guys have been with me for a couple years, you will have known that Jep and I went to the Pony Club Nationals in 2019. They do them every 2 years. So Jep is my old pony who is now semi-retired. But we went to the Pony Club Nationals in 2019 and we were actually national champion for that year in the novice division, dressage obviously. I'd love to go with Bambi, and Bambi and I are actually trying for the same level, novice. So Bambi's injuries and COVID has made it quite hard for us to get Pony Club results. We don't have as many as I would like, which is a shame because it makes this whole process a lot harder when you can't fill the sheet. So they have done this training day, which I believe is because of COVID and so many things being cancelled, like our state Pony Club dressage was cancelled this year because of COVID, and many other comps as well. And then the year before Bambi was injured, so I actually missed one comp I could have gone to, which was Pony Club. So the big factor is Pony Club results, and we do not have a lot of them. So it is a bit of a long shot, but we are trying our best to get in with the results we have, and that's why this weekend is so important to me, because they get to watch us. It's like it's like a big lesson. So I think I've got 3 other people in my lesson group, and we go from 11 till 2:30. They've got these training squad weekends all over the state for everyone who got on the long list, which is the first part of getting into Pony Club Nationals. So we made the long list, and then the final list will be released at the end of July. It makes it a lot harder for Bambi and I because they are considering past results from the years before due to COVID, but I got Bambi in COVID. So we were able to fill our open results, like with the EA results, which is good because she has some super results in EA, but Pony Club dressage comps aren't that common in my area. As you will have seen, like a couple weekends ago, we did go to Goulburn and did one where Bambi went really well, but that is literally the only Pony Club dressage comp we have done together. Hence why this makes this so hard. And they don't really consider past results and past forces too much either, which again makes it really hard. Considering if I was on Jep, we would be in 100% because she was obviously national champion at the last one and had a lot of Pony Club results, where Bambi does not. Nonetheless, we are giving it all we've got. There's only so much we can do, obviously, and we are doing everything that we can possibly do. We've put our best foot forward. If we don't get in, we don't get in. But this year's one is in Victoria, so we would be doing our first interstate competition together. I've never actually been to Victoria either, so that would be pretty cool. Yeah, and the one 2 years after, I don't know where it will be, but considering the last one was in Sydney, which was nice and close for me, I feel like the next one definitely won't be in New South Wales or Victoria, meaning it'll be a lot harder for us to get to because it'll be a lot longer trip. So I would really like to go to this one because I probably will not be able to go to any more after this. So Bambi is grazing near her apple tree. It's not really her apple tree, but she's going to be fed a lot of apples once it's fully grown. A little baby tree. She is in her Hygain rug, looking beautiful, and I'm matching her in my Hygain jacket, as you would have seen. So I'm just letting her graze. I've got her tail plaited because I like plaiting it now instead of bagging it for the shows. I just like the plait, which I will take out when we get there, but it's not a show. Bambi is in and ready to go. gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed because I was hoping I could leave all of the audio in of the coach, but it was too windy, so you can't hear anything but wind. So anyway, I'll talk you through it. So we started with walking into doing halts. So you will see us turn across the center line and go into a halt. As you can see, this one wasn't too good on her turn, neither was her halt. But then with Sarah's amazing tips, watch my next one. So she was telling me to kind of think about doing a slight turn on the haunches as I turn. So it's not her shoulders, you know, dragging herself around. I don't know, she explained it a lot better than I am right now. But if you watch here, I kind of do a slight turn on the haunches and her shoulders just end up straight and the halt ends up a lot better. Yeah, eventually. And then, so we did it at walk and then we did it on trot. Like we walked it both directions and we did it trotting both directions. And essentially just doing the same thing in the trot. Just thinking about controlling Bambi's shoulders, and which is something I need to do in virtually everything we do. And having her feel slightly shoulder fore every time we're going around the outside of the arena in trot and canter. Then here we halt, not the best halt. And she was saying something to me here, wish I could tell you what it was, but can't hear it, and but I assume it was talking about slowing her down through the corner, like as I turn a little bit and just controlling her shoulders a little bit more, because it was a lot of sitting her back, going into a more collected trot before we turned, and yeah, so random little canter just to get her on my leg. I just wanted to do a little walk to canter, and Sarah was like, good, she needed that. I was like, oh, okay, glad you liked it. Anyway, back to, we're still doing the same exercise here, just obviously in the other direction. And then thinking about slightly slowing her down a little bit in the corner, getting her, yeah, that was a lot better. With a nice halt. Perfect. So we did a bit of circle work in trot as well, doing big leg yielding in and out of circles, and then we went on to canter. So with Bambi's canter on the 20-meter circle, she wanted me to think about riding her in a bit of a diamond shape, which you will see. It's obviously it's not easy to just do a diamond shape on a young horse, but like that's what, and which I do a lot with my coach Ali. We do a lot of this with Bambi just to get her a little bit more shoulder fore, because she tends to swing her hindquarters in quite a bit. It's like mainly in the canter, and she kind of bulges her shoulder out and hindquarters in. And it's very noticeable when you're going around the long side of the arena as well. So every time we were cantering on the long side, I was thinking about that. And then here we go on the other side, same thing, doing that diamond shape. So really slowing her down at each point of the diamond and kind of sitting her back on the hindquarters a little bit as we do a little turn. Eventually, these will look more and more like a diamond. As you can see there, she kind of slows down, and that's what you want. You want her to sit back and kind of pivot a little bit. And they don't really look like a diamond, but it's not something that comes instantly. Obviously, diamond shape is not something easy to ride, especially in canter, but it is really good for the horses. So here we go on to some, this is actually the second lesson of the day. So we had a lunch break and now we're on the second lesson, and we're doing some leg yielding exercises here. So we were leg yielding to the cones and then doing a 20-meter circle, leg yielding back out through the cones as well on the other side. I did this a bit in sitting trot, just to differentiate, and so she could see a bit of my sitting trot as well. So here you go, we're leg yielding to the long side, then I go into a 20-meter circle. And I also find when I do sit trot, I can collect Bambi up a little bit more and slow her down a little bit, which is something that is not easy to do on a horse with such big movement as well. As you can see here, as soon as I'm rising, she's a lot more forward and not quite as sitting back on her hind end and collected, but that's okay. So here we go into a shoulder in as well. So we differentiate from leg yields to shoulder ins. Here I go into another leg yield, going to the long side of the arena into another 20-meter circle here. Yeah. And here we go into another 20-meter circle, and then I believe I shoulder in out of it. I don't know. Sarah was amazing. She gave us so many helpful tips and helpful exercises. Most of the tips were stuff that we already knew and have been working on. Here we go, the shoulder in. Bambi is a horse that really needs a lot of this kind of shoulder fore, shoulder in work because she naturally likes to swing her hindquarters in. Here we are doing a bit of lengthen. We're doing 10-meter sit trot circles into a lengthen trot. But yes, like Bambi is a horse, she loves travers, loves them. She's so good at them. It is just, but it's also a lateral that I try to do very, very little of for that reason because she tends to swing her hindquarters in. So I love doing shoulder in exercises, shoulder fore exercises, counter flexing is a big one. Counter flexing is really, really good for this horse. And I do a lot of that, and I did a bit of this as well. Sarah got me doing some counter flexing on a 20-meter circle in canter, which we didn't get on video, but this is all stuff I also do with my coaches at home because they know the issue. As you can see there, you can sort of see her hindquarters swing in a little bit. Here we go for another lengthen. And it was just about asking for not too much lengthen because we don't want it to turn into a rushing or her to lose the frame. So she was quite happy with Bambi's lengthen. Here we go into an exercise which Sarah thought Bambi would find very hard because we're doing a rectangle going through the cones, like clear corners in trot, then we go around the outside in canter. And she said to me that because Bambi has such big movement, it might be I'm really going to have to sit her back and collect her through these. And like in this instance, she was like, too fast, Alicia, control, because I lost the connection. But Bambi had this really good by the end of the lesson. She got this really well and was slowing down really nicely in the trot and keeping her frame. Perfect little corner, very good. Then we go back into a canter again. But yeah, she did this really well. It's not something that's easy for a horse with larger movement. So Sarah was quite surprised that I was able to adjust Bambi as much as I could to get her to do them balanced in the end, to do the rectangle quite balanced. And going down the long side of the arena again, every time I'm trying to get that shoulder fore feeling, which is not that obvious. That's what you want. As soon as I get a slight shoulder fore feeling with Bambi, she's straight. Like if I don't feel her shoulder fore, her quarters are actually in, because that's just Bambi. But yeah, here we go again for another canter. Every time I got on the alongside, Sarah would be like shoulder in or shoulder fore. So I'm trying to think shoulder fore. She's wanting to swing those hindquarters in, but as soon as she's a little bit shoulder fore, she is dead straight. And it's something that Bambi really struggles with. It takes a lot of strength for her to do. As you can see here, quarters in, perfect example right then. So I fix her up about here. Her quarters in. Oh, we're done. Big pats for the Bambi. I was very happy with her. We got a lot of good work. Sarah gave us lots of good exercises to work on with issues we already knew that we had, like little things we were already working on, but more exercises to help that even further, which was really, really beneficial, and I'm so excited to use them at home. Sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. I'm really sorry. So it is night time, and unfortunately this is it for the vlog. So COVID it's back. Not that it ever necessarily left, but like Australia was going pretty well. Specifically New South Wales was going really well. We had no restrictions at all. if you are from a different country, our vaccinations are being, like, we've started our vaccinations, but it is being rolled out much slower than it is overseas. For example, I'm still not eligible to get vaccinated. The only people that are currently eligible to get vaccinated are people with like certain health issues or over 50s. No one younger than that can get vaccinated yet. And like even the over 50s, I think some people are fully vaccinated. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think some people are fully vaccinated, but like compared to the US and I think the UK as well, our vaccinations are being rolled out, but compared to a lot of other countries around the world, our vaccinations are getting rolled out much slower due to apparently not having enough. All of Sydney is now in lockdown yet again, and Camden, and where our training day weekend was, while we were there, right as we were going, like about midday, it got announced that that area was going into lockdown by 6 p.m. So we are not from that area. Luckily we could get that last lesson done of the day and then go home. Then they all had to go into lockdown. So I'm not in lockdown, my area is fine. We have to wear masks again though. So we went from literally no restrictions at all and everything going well to all of Sydney being in lockdown, and we are having to wear masks everywhere we go. So yeah, unfortunately the Sunday did not go ahead for that reason, but Saturday went really well, and I think Bambi and I showed enough on Saturday. Hopefully, I was very happy with how she went. And yeah, now we just have to wait. I have sent my application in with all of our results and my recommendation letters from my like zone chief instructor and my club instructor, and yeah, now we just have to wait and cross everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.